Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is the Big Easy coming back at you, hopefully with another enjoyable video from World of Warships Legends. Today, I want to talk about destroyer play and a little bit about your roles, especially with supporting your teammates. So, today, here we are in the Benson. I have my teammate slash divmate slash youngest son assisting me in this battle today in the Tiger 59. Uh, Apparently, this has become one of his favorite ships. So, hey, if he likes it, he likes it. I like it too. It can be difficult to play, but anyways, here we are. I'm going out. Kind of snuck into the cap and snuck out. Uh, Usually, what I do when I set up for a cap, especially when I have incoming ships, is to one, keep them spotted, so hopefully I can get support from my teammates, and two, Um, usually I try to avoid to let them know that I'm not nearby, but I kind of snuck in there. So I decided to pop in on this island, and usually I don't like to be in this position, but this time it kind of worked out. The only thing was is I didn't realize I was kind of in this little cove area, difficult to get around. So anyways, I already took out this Pensacola pretty quick, a couple torpedoes, switching to AP. If you're familiar with American destroyers, AP can absolutely wreck cruisers, especially if aimed properly. You can get plenty of citadels. Um, but here we are, um, talking about support, not only in DDs, support, keeping your enemies spotted is one of your roles, but also right now our carrier player is doing a pretty decent job of assisting me and my div mate and keeping the enemy spotted, especially while I'm in the smoke here, to continue doing damage and hopefully get the kill. So anyways, obviously he's disappeared. I was kind of thought this would happen sooner with the sonar, but he popped up long enough, a little bit of AP, one little citadel, guy's done. So normally, what I would do in this situation is go ahead and get in the cap. But I noticed my div mate is pretty much going to kind of do that job as he's still getting into position. So I decided, well, I got a minute left of my smoke. I might as well just farm some damage on this Colorado. So once again, as far as support, we'll talk about carriers a little bit. Uh, I know when me and my kids play carriers, we don't do it that often, but when we do, one of the key roles is to support your teammates by spotting, especially other destroyers. Carriers are very good for that. Carriers are very good for being DD. Destroyer, pretty much a nuisance. So I give it up to the carrier player here, even though, in my opinion, he's kind of going in the wrong direction. And I understand, you know, why he's doing it, but the Colorado is kind of moving away, moving out of position. Um, but I give it to him that he is actually moving his boat. He just didn't go in reverse and go to the edge of the map. So, anyways, continuing to farm damage here, and obviously I'm going to keep firing until we're no longer spotted getting this island, and then happen to jump in for about the last 4 or 5 seconds there to help assist with capturing the cap. So one of the key roles in this game, especially as far as the strategy. So anyways, since I'm behind the island here, I'm going to go ahead and farm a little more damage from this Colorado. Might as well while he's spotted. Once again, Carrier's doing a great job of doing that. And I don't necessarily need to take up that role the whole time, which is kind of relaxing and enjoyable as far as being a destroyer player. So anyways, here I figured, well, you know what? Nobody else is around as far as red team. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and pretty much start open water, throwing some damage out on this Colorado. As you can see here, I got some AP loaded. For you destroyer players out there or new to this game, once again, American destroyers can absolutely wreck even battleships up in the upper deck, upper hull, and superstructure area. you can use AP and absolutely do some damage. So keep that in mind for you new players and even some of your veterans. If you don't necessarily trust AP with battleships. So you'll see here, I'm gonna once again I decided to open up and gun this guy down. Obviously, I knew that was coming. Don't want to do that too often. I don't usually expose my destroyers that easily if I can avoid it, but I chose to, and so far it's worked out. But I don't want to really take too much damage again from that. So now, once again, the carrier, he's kind of obviously probably re setting his planes. So right now I'm just sitting out here showing support to my div mate and just keeping the Colorado spotted, and I'm hoping he's killing him. And obviously it also helped the Colorado that's over with us kill him. So I kind of made a mistake here. I wasn't really thinking. I don't know if it was an accident, but I accidentally dropped my smoke. It's kind of a waste. But you know, sometimes those things happen. So once again, if you look up in the upper corner of our map, the carrier player is up in the corner, but he is slowly turning his ship this way now that that battleship is gone, and he'll come this way to support us on this side of the map. So I commend him for that. I like to see carrier players actually moving their boat along with helping spot, and then providing air cover when necessary, and then doing damage when it really can work for a carrier player. Especially carrier players obviously have more of an advantage if you can single out ships for them to attack. So once again, my div mate and I decide to go into this cap and you know, try and capture it, get a little more points. So far the game's pretty even. We are up one ship. Lucky for us, I give it to this carrier player on the red team. He also moved his ship. He just happened to move his ship into us. And obviously, you see I have AP loaded, and obviously the Tiger 59 over there, he's pretty much shooting into it too. And we're gonna pretty much take him down. So. And once again, though, you'll notice even though myself and my div mate are pretty much doing most of the damage, in the end, the Colorado once again gets the kill. So sometimes it's a little frustrating, but then again, I really in the end won't complain if somebody else gets the kill, because you know I view it as any ship with one health is still can do damage to the blue team basically. So once again, the carrier's down. We really don't need to worry about the burden of another aircraft carrier, so that's a good thing. So obviously the New Mexico up here, biggest threat to my teammate here. Obviously he's really trying to gun him down. You can see there he does keep touching him enough to keep kind of resetting the base. I went ahead and decided here to help out. I was like, okay, you got this. I'm going to go ahead and go over to D and cap that base, which was probably a mistake on my part, since when I left there was about 19 seconds left. I probably should have stayed in there and finished the job with him. You know, sometimes you make good decisions, sometimes not so great decisions, but in the end it obviously still worked out. So here I did another kind of oops, something I rarely do. I like to not drop my torps at max range. I should have went in closer, obviously, but here we are. They're spot on, and then of course they just fizzle out, and New Mexico got kind of lucky there. So once again, I rarely drop at max range. Not too much an advocate of it. I like to be at least a kilometer and a half closer if I can with my detection. But here I figure, well, I'm going behind the island, I can go ahead and farm. I got the carrier spotting foreskins showing good support as far as spotting for me and my div mate. So it allows me to actually not have to sit out here and spot for the team. So that's a good thing. That's one thing about carriers versus a non-carrier game. If he wasn't here, I would probably be a little closer, a little more in the open water, doing my role of keeping these ships spotted while hopefully the cruisers and my div mates can continue to acquire the targets and shoot. So anyways, I'm taking the opportunity again while they're spotted. I'm just going to sit back here and farm and get more damage. I rarely get to do that in a destroyer. Usually I'm just doing my part in running silent, trying not to be found in a sense, stay hidden, stay out of detection, and spot and cap bases. And that's pretty much the role of a destroyer. And that's usually how I play. But if I get an opportunity like this, I'll take advantage of it and try and farm some damage and help out the team and hopefully take these ships down. So as you can see here, that New Mexico, who's still gunning for the Tiger, my div mate. Once again, he's about done. So I figured, man, if I can just keep slinging that HE, get some fires, you know, pretty much put this guy out of this misery, and maybe depending on what my div mate could do, maybe he can help take him out or even carrier. So. And there we go. We got the fire, and that's a permanent fire. And we'll just keep gunning him, and boom, for a third kill. So, you know, maybe that carrier and that other ship earlier, if the Colorado hadn't taken care of it, I could probably easily got cracking in this game. But once again, it's not about the most damage. It's not about the most medals. I mean, yes, that's an enjoyable part of the game and makes it fun. But you know, I'll take the wins over any of those things any day. I'm here more to win and achieve the objectives. So once again, I'm out here capping the base, doing my role, kind of looking at my div mate here, see how he's doing. Obviously, he's been kind of trashed a little bit. It's a good thing that Tiger's got a kind of a super deal. But he's had one heck of a game, mostly thanks to me and the carrier, able to spot for him so he could perform his role in more of a behind the islands role that those light cruisers can do, especially that one. And he ends up having a really good game. And here now we're just trying to close this game out. We got under 2 minutes. I'm going to finish capping the base here, get some more points, which leads to more XP. And pretty much we can't lose this game. Now obviously all of us, we could choose in a sense to run away, play smarter not harder, not like we've seen a lot of people do in this game where you can be absolutely winning and then you know they chase that damage, they want to get that last 1 or 2 kills, and then it ends up you lose the game because they were able to take you out. So but the win here, pretty secure. And you know, I'm going to get to a point where you know it's possibly worth taking a risk, exposing this destroyer. You know, my div mate, looks like he's moving in. The carrier, he did an awesome job. He kind of moved around. I believe he probably assisted in capping C, which once again I commend him for actually moving a ship. Got lucky there since that was a bow on drop with my torpedoes and actually hit him with one. So sometimes that can be rare. But yeah, less than a minute in the game. Figure why not farm some more damage. Maybe get some more green ribbons here and finish out the game. So once again, I just wanted to show this video. The Benson one is a great tier 6 destroyer tech tree. You can have a lot of fun with it, but I just want to remind all you guys out there that you know it's great to help out, especially support ships like the T-56 come out here and cap and spot for those guys so they could do the job. And same with the carrier in that role. And as you can see here, we had 108,000 damage, pretty good for a destroyer. 2969 XP. Tiger had 3048, so he had an awesome game there with a couple of medals. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Everybody have a good day, and we'll talk to you guys soon in the near future. Big Easy out.